So in this video I show you several ways to keep a coal fire burning and to draw air through the coal bed, the gluing. And the first thing what most of the people use is this special fan which they put on top of a chimney, and then can you regulate the speed of this air wheel, and then the air is drawn and sucked through this chimney into this wheel and distributed. And the idea is that the air is coming from the back, going through the coal fire inside and going through the fire tubes and the smoke box in front, and then going through the chimney, and then it's drawn out of the locomotive. Doing this, there's enough oxygen, and especially if your locomotive stays, there's no movement at all, so there's no wind going into the coal. This is one option, the first option, which is used by almost all people. The second option to generate air and airflow through the coal fire bed is if you use so-called blowpipe in front here in this smoke box. It is directed upward and it's connected through this copper pipe here. And there's steam coming from the boiler going through this valve. And if you open this valve here, then the steam goes through this copper pipe, goes inside via a small valve, and then it's directed upward, and it shoots out of the chimney. And doing this, it sucks air from the back of the locomotive through the fire tubes. And with this movement, you have always fresh air and oxygen going through the coal fire under the grid here. It goes through the fire, and then it goes through the locomotive and leaves it up. This method is necessary if your locomotive is not moving, so it's staying on the track. So there's a third possibility to provide enough air when the locomotive is standing on the track and not moving. And this is a special one I have never seen before, but I want to show you this because it's a clever idea, I think. The previous owner installed here a tube at the front, and this tube is connected underneath of the smoke box here to this valve, and then it goes directly in this line, which I have shown you before, where steam is injected into the smoke box. So it is connected via this T-coupling unit. And when you open this valve and you push air inside here, then you don't need to use steam anymore. Instead, you get air from outside, and then it's directed also into the chimney, so via this inside injector blast pipe, and it goes up. And doing this, there's also air sucked through the coal fire bed and also through the fire tubes. So there's another way to generate drawing of air through the coal fire bed. And how is this air delivered here? So my oldest son, David, gave me this as a Christmas present. It is a turbo van. It's incredible strong. And what I just show you, it has a very strong way you can decrease even to a lowest pressure, like this one. And this air is used to blow it in the front. I show you now how it is done. First, I turned a brass adapter, which will fit or is fitting here in the front. And I connected this brass adapter to a tube. Now I place this tube with the adapter at the front, at the tip here of this turbo van, and connect the tube to this side here. If I turn on now the van, the air is blown into this chimney, and you can see it if I come with a fire. So it is perfectly working. So the air is sucked through the coal bed here, as long this air is injected in the front part. So this is the third possibility to generate enough air in the coal fire bed, even when the locomotive is in a hold position. The fourth way to generate air in the coal fire bed is, of course, when the locomotive is moving on the track. When the cylinder is active, a lot of steam goes through the cylinder on both sides, and the exhaust of this cylinder are injected in the smoke box here in the front, and they are directed upward. And once again, this movement of the steam going upward generates a vacuum on this side here in the locomotive. So again, air and oxygen is drawn through the coal fire bed, through the fire tubes, and then it is blown out here in the front of the locomotive through the chimney. So, but this is only active if this locomotive is moving. This is the only way to generate this kind of air draw by the movement of the locomotive. Thank you for your attention.